AI stocks have had a huge run this year. So are there any under-the-radar AI investments? We spoke to a leading technology analyst about 10 under-the-radar AI stocks. Coming up in this video, we'll walk you through those names and explain why. So hit that subscribe button and let's get to it. This is Ticker Take.
So John, AI stocks have had a huge year.
Caroline, they really have, and we're getting more and more questions from people about whether there are AI opportunities out there beyond the obvious companies like Nvidia.
So we talked to Gil Luria, a leading tech analyst, and he's on the hunt for some under-the-radar AI stocks. Here's Gil with more context.
So let's start with what's in the radar or over the radar. We've been talking about Microsoft, Nvidia, Broadcom, Palantir, Micron, Dell. That is a good basket. It's done phenomenally well so far, but everybody's aware of it, which is why those valuations are somewhere between high and insane. So that's you have that basket, we get it. What we're trying to look for are places where we think there's a clear case to be made that either AI is a big part of the business or that the shift to AI will help drive that business. And so those are companies that maybe aren't talked of as much. They're maybe not as big, but we think that as the AI boom continues, which we think it will, those companies will benefit.
Okay, with that background, Gil shared 10 under-the-radar AI stocks.
Yeah, let's get to those now, but first, a friendly reminder, this is not financial advice.
Stock number 1, Nebius.
Well, Nebius has already had a big run, but it is a stock that Gil thinks could continue to climb. Here's more on the story.
So Nebius is a portfolio of AI businesses. It has a neocloud, a self-driving car business, and AI data business, as well as partial ownership in an analytical database that facilitates AI. The reason they're under the radar, they're quite a big company at this point. The reason they're under the radar was that they were relisted. It was properties of the former Yandex, which was the Russian Google. And they were delisted for a while until they got rid of all their Russian businesses. And they just relisted a few months ago. And they own all these terrific properties that are very much at the forefront of what's going on in AI.
Stock number 2, Snowflake.
This is definitely one that Gil sees a good amount of upside with. Here's more from Gil.
Snowflake is the leading analytical database. So they make a data warehouse and a data lake, which are two different ways of saying where companies put all of their data and information so it can be searched. And before AI, that meant for reporting purposes. With AI, that now means where you have your data so you can actually do AI. You can't do AI without Snowflake or their competitor Databricks. You really have to have at least one of them. Snowflake's the publicly traded one.
Stock number 3, Datadog.
Struggling a bit this year, but like Snowflake, one that Gil sees plenty of upside for. Here's the Datadog story.
Datadog helps companies monitor and observe their applications and infrastructure. So same thing as we said about Snowflake. If you have your data in the cloud and you want to use AI, you need to observe it. And the leading way to do that in the cloud is Datadog.
Stock number 4, Dynatrace.
Similar to Datadog, it's down this year, but like Datadog, this is another name that Gil sees some notable upside with. Here's more on the story.
Dynatrace, an observability company, like Datadog, their unique angle is that they have the largest customers and they can span the cloud and on-premise in terms of observability. So if you want to use AI, and you want to make sure that there's nothing hidden or that you don't want in your applications or in your infrastructure, you need a company like Dynatrace to monitor it and make sure nothing goes wrong.
Stock number 5, JFrog.
It's had a good run already, but this is an example of a company that Gil thinks, if it were to rise another 20 to 25%, would not be a surprise. Here's more on JFrog.
JFrog helps companies manage their binary code. That means that as these AI tools write more and more code, that code gets compiled to become bits and bytes. That's the language the computer speaks. in order to maintain that code, you need JFrog's Artifactory. So the more code's written by AI, the more you need JFrog.
Stock number 6, Gitlab.
A stock with similar characteristics to JFrog, and since it is down this year, a name that Gil sees some upside with. Here's more.
Gitlab helps manage all the developer operations for companies. So as developers write more and more code in AI throughout the value chain, you need the tools that GitLab provides in order to maintain them. And increasingly, there's more and more to maintain, which is why companies use GitLab.
Stock number 7, Pega Systems.
Well, based on his price target, Gil would not be surprised to see upwards of 15% upside for Pega Systems. Here's more on the story.
Pega provides a low-code development environment for its customers that they can develop claim solutions or customer relationship management solutions. And Pega has become a sneaky AI play because they've developed a blueprint go-to-market approach, which is they go to their customers and they show them how to use an AI tool to figure out what process they want to implement. And it's been tremendously successful for them. And they've been able to accelerate growth the last couple of years just by leading with an AI business development tool.
Stock number 8, SoundHound.
Well, it's a stock that has had some struggles this year, but there's a lot of unique characteristics behind this company. Here's Gil.
SoundHound provides voice AI. So whether you're in a Hyundai or you're walking up to a Chipotle and ordering something, their voice AI recognizes what you have to say, responds to you, and has the conversation. So it replaces, in the drive-through context, it replaces the human. And in the car, it allows car companies to provide voice communication without having to use an Apple or Google product. It allows those car companies to have a white-labeled voice AI product.
Stock number 9, Blaize Holdings.
Well, it has been a tough year for Blaize shareholders. Gil's watching this one closely. Here's more on Blaize.
Blaize provides chips that allow video inferencing. So for many companies, they use Nvidia for everything, for training AI models, for inferencing, but Nvidia's GPUs are quite expensive. What Blaize allows companies to do is when they have a very specific need around processing a lot of video feeds in order to glean insights, they can use Blaize's chips in a much more cost-effective way.
And stock number 10, Modine.
Well, this company's been around a lot longer than the average AI company that we talk about, and they're really leaning into one of the key themes tied to AI. Here's Gil again.
So Modine has made data center cooling products for many years, which was a helpful product for many years, but recently it's become incredibly important. The more advanced the Nvidia chips are, the more advanced those chips are, the hotter they run. And they run so hot that if you don't cool them, they will melt the wires. So Modine produces the equipment necessary to cool those servers that hold Nvidia GPUs. And that business is growing at a very rapid pace. We think they get at $2 billion of just data center cooling products within 3 years.
All right, those are 10 under-the-radar AI stocks.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks to Gil as well for sharing his insight. We put more information on Gil in our description.
And you know what else is in the description below? A link to our free weekly newsletter. Be sure to check it out and be sure to subscribe.
Yeah, we're trying to reach 25,000 subscribers this year. Help us reach that goal. And thank you so much for all the support. Anything else, Caroline?
No.
All right.
See you next time.